home to Candlestick Park, looking to get back into the series. The pitching matchup for the pivotal Game 3 pitted 12-11 Don Robinson against 17-8 Bob Welsh. That pitching matchup never took place. At 5:04 p.m. local time, mere minutes before the game got underway, a 6.9 earthquake struck, rippling through the Bay Area for 15 seconds. As word got out about the extent of damage throughout the area and the news that there were casualties, baseball was put on hold. Once it was clear that Candlestick was fine, Game 3 got underway 10 days later. The A's were able to go back to their aces, Dave Stewart and Mike Moore, and swept the Giants, the first World Series sweep since the Reds beat the Yankees 4 straight back in 1976. On the strength of 2 wins, Stewart was selected as the series' most outstanding player. The 10-day delay between games was the longest in series history, and that final game on October 28th was the latest the World Series had gone up to that point in baseball history. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with...
This is the NBA on SiriusXM.
Full steam out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is SiriusXM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
You have to have buy-in. You have to have belief in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish on the floor. And as much as people have said this is a rebuild year, I see buy-in from this team. I see a way of playing. I see a style of playing. And I don't think you can be first in transition unless you're willing to work together, because that requires you to play defense. That requires you to work together as a unit, and it requires you to be unselfish. And they're also doing that within the assist column. So there's a lot of good, positive takeaways from the way that they've been playing. Yes, they've been coming up short in the win column, but they have buy-in, they have a style, they have an identity, and yeah, the last 2 games they have done a better job, and they've been on the lucky end, and they've been able to close out a basketball game. But that's going to come. The wins and losses are going to come. There's only 2 outcomes after every game. It's either you win or you lose, right? Yeah. So, but it's about building the correct habits so that you can try and get more W's than L's.
Let's leave on this thought on Scottie Barnes. 35 points. Jonesy and Javon talked about it. I mean, he's really bought in.
Not just is he bought in, but I think Scotty Barnes is taking responsibility.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's one thing to buy in, it's another thing to say, I don't have excuses. Everyone else can say whatever they want, but me, I'm holding myself to a different standard. I need to win, lose, draw. I need to be the guy that leads this team, and it's not always going to be with points. I know we have 35 and a win, that's great. But when they're playing against a better team like tonight, what if he has 10 points but 15 rebounds and 16 assists? Right? It's not just about him scoring the ball. It's about him taking responsibility for finding ways to affect winning. And I think he's done that.
You almost see another level of compete since he came back from the injury.
That's the responsibility and the maturity.
Yeah.
He's not here to waste time. I think he values every single game that he gets to play. Not everyone does that. Not everybody seizes the day really when it comes to their opportunity, because this is a gift to play. So,
yeah.
I think he's relishing in that. I think he's doing what he needs to do in terms of his preparation, and then on the floor he's letting the results speak for himself. But I think the responsibility of saying to myself, I am going to be the person that brings it every night, because if I don't, the rest of the group will not.
Well, there's another chapter in the evolution of them collectively and individually, and the guy with the keys to the franchise has led the way, even though he went out with a pretty serious injury, but now he's back in 35 points in his last appearance here for the Raptors. Coming up next, we'll set up the opening tip-off for you. This is Raptors Game Night, Giants of Africa Night, live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Ho, ho, Holy moly.
Santa, welcome to Indigo.
Heather, Indigo's chief book lover. Just who I was looking for. I need the perfect book for the reader always looking for the incredibly written gem of a novel. Any ideas?
I know just the book. In Winter, I Get Up at Night. A long-awaited new book from award-winning Canadian author Jane Urquhart.
Well, I'm happy I ran into you.
Who's next on your list, Santa?
At Indigo, we've got gifts so special, even Santa shops here.
It's a quick assessment at the pharmacy. It's the nearly 100,000 nurses hired since 2018. It's care, when and where you need it. See all the ways we're connecting you to care at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
The best part about giving an enjoyable gift from Vintages at LCBO is receiving an enjoyable experience in return. Earn 1,000 Aeroplan bonus points when buying any 12 wines from the Vintages new release or cellar collections. Why not give the wine lovers on your list some of the best and most interesting wines from around the world? You can shop and earn 1,000 Aeroplan bonus points today. Exclusions apply. Visit lcbo.com for full terms and conditions.
Toronto Rock fans, the wait is over. National Lacrosse League action is back. It's the home opener, Toronto Rock versus Albany Firewolves, Saturday, December 7th, 7 p.m. at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. Be there for the action, the energy, and the excitement in Rock City. Tickets are on sale now at torontorock.com. Don't miss out. Limited tickets remain.
Hey there, Canadian snowbirds. Planning your escape to warmer destinations? Don't forget the most essential part of your trip, travel insurance. Picture this. You're basking in the sun, sipping a pina colada, and suddenly life throws you a curveball. Medical emergency, delayed luggage, trip interruption? Don't worry. Goose Insurance has you covered. Canada's best insurance app. With Goose, you get $10 million in travel medical and get coverage for your unstable pre-existing medical condition. Download the Goose app today or visit gooseinsurance.com.
A Tim's Donut and Coffee is the original collab. And right now in Toronto, any classic donut is $1 when you buy any size original or dark roast coffee. Get a deal on the iconic duo with a Tim's Dollar Donut. Plus tax at participating restaurants in Toronto for limited time. Terms apply. See app for details.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 11th, save over 45% on pork side ribs for $2 a pound. And get family-size boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $4.77 a pound. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And continuing on at home, the homestand very successful so far, 2-0. Tonight it's the high-flying OKC Thunder in town, 16-5, 7-3 on the road. The Raptors 6-4 on home court. Let's go courtside now. Paul Jones and Javon Shepherd. Great game ahead. Great Canadian basketball talent on display. Jonesy.
It sure will be, Jim, when you think about Shea, RJ, and love to see the Raptors put another notch in the left-hand column. They are really coming on and really improving. Right now, though, we're getting set for the starting lineups. Let's go to the starting lineups first from Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City Thunder. From Santa Clara, a 6'6 forward, number 8, Jalen Williams. From Montreal, a 6'4 guard, number 5, Lugan Storms. From Germany, a 7-foot-tall center, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. From Hamilton, Ontario, a 6'6 guard, number 2, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And out of Arkansas, a 6'5 guard, number 11, Isaiah Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder is Mark Gagnon.
Well, Herbie with the Canadian pronunciation, Dagnon. In the U.S., they call him Dagnall. So, I guess we have listener's choice here for us tonight. But the Raptors will be introduced here shortly. And before I get a comment and some keys from Javon, let's tell you that The starting lineup, the Raptors starting lineup is driven by Subaru. Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Javon, we've talked up and down about the game. Give me some bottom line things that I need to look at. Our listeners need to listen to us about if Toronto's going to come out with a third straight win on home court.
Well, two things are important to me in this game for the Raptors. And one of them is taking care of the basketball, because OKC does a good job of manufacturing offense from their defense, right? That gets everybody involved. That's get everybody engaged in the game. And then you have a guy that can completely take it over in SGA, right? So really want to limit their opportunities and limit their chances by taking care of the basketball. And then secondly, playing to your strengths on the defensive side of the floor if you're the Raptors, right? You have a number of bodies. You can throw a big body in Scottie Barnes at SGA. You can throw the athleticism of Abaji, Jamal Shed and Davion Mitchell, small guards that can have lower center of gravity. Just utilizing those guys the full length of the floor and not giving up anything easy.
Let's get to the starters for Toronto.
To the 6, it's time for number 9, R.J. Barrett. For Kansas City, wearing number 30, the young guy on the front line. This is Ochai Omoji. At center, wearing number 24, our giant of Africa from Angola. Make some noise for Bruce Fernando. The kid from Kansas, wearing number 1. You know the name. Let's hear it for Grady Dick. And your Raptors, NBA All-Star at 6'8" from Florida State. Make some noise for your boy, Scotty Barnes. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
All right, there are your Raptors. Oklahoma City coming in at 16 up, 5 down. The Raptors almost the opposite, 7-15, but dare I say, Javon, the Raptors trending in the right direction. And I'll have an eye on Grady tonight as he comes back. First game back, we always keep an eye out, see if the guy's a little short, see how...
He looked good in the warm-ups, just running into his cuts, into his shots. But it's funny you mentioned, you get back Grady, you lose Pirtle. It almost feels like every time you gain one, you're losing one with this team. So there's never really that point in the season where you could just fully say, okay, the full roster's out there. You're gaining chemistry, you're gaining some camaraderie with the entire team, right? Because I can't take anything away from the chemistry of this team. Everybody, they play well together. They enjoy playing with one another. And even when they weren't winning basketball games, the team morale was always so high. And that was impressive with this group.
Well, the Raptors will wear the red tonight with the black chevron up across the front, spelling Raptors. The antics off the bench crew as they send the starters out. Oklahoma City will wear the royal blue with orange. Black and yellow trimming as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander turns the waistband up. Wait a minute. Back in the day, you guys accused us of having the short shorts. Now everybody's turning up the waistband. Isaiah Joe, Shai gave him 2 turns. That's like my cousin said she used to go to private school and the girls used to do that to make the skirt shorter.
Well, listen,
turn it a couple times.
History always repeats itself, so here we are.
Raptors win the tip. And they come front court from left to right. Barrett on the elbow. Gets into the lane, kicks it out. Abaji 3 short. Rebound Hartenstein.
Really, OKC taking away that paint. RJ wants to get in there. Lou Dort doing a good job of making him keep the dribble alive and then kick it out. Abaji was a short shot.
SGA turnaround jumper. Far elbow, right side, no good from 12 feet. Back comes Toronto. Deep three up top. Scotty Barnes knocks it down. He's shooting them with confidence, Javon. He's really stepping into them.
But taking good ones, Jonesy. Fernando sets a good screen there. The defense goes under, and Scotty just pulls up at the top of the key.
3-0 Toronto. Scotty drops it in the bottom of the well. Hartenstein gets it to Isaiah Joe. Chased off the line by Grady. Now to Hartenstein. Two-man game. Joe, three, got it near side in front of the Thunder bench. Game tied at 3.
Good defense by Grady Dick, but if you fall asleep on that second action, Isaiah Joe did a good job handing it off and then getting set for the shot.
Scotty deep three up top, no good. Rebound Fernando underneath, and they say stay here, loose ball foul. Bruno Fernando not afraid to battle down there, and Isaiah Hartenstein thinking Pirtle's out, he's going to have an easy night. Not so fast, my friend.
No, and sometimes that's the worst, because Fernando's also showcasing his talents to his coaches, right? So there's an opportunity for him to start, and he's going in there with energy. He's going in there and being physical. Sometimes these matchups that you least expect are far worse.
Ball inbounded to Fernando, far side. Raptors in the red, coming left to right. Abaji turns the corner into the lane, partially blocked by Shea. Rebound, here comes Dort on the run. Drive, kicks it to Joe. Short jumper, up and in.
And Joe, again, relocating, right? As the penetration is happening, he's getting into the gap where nobody is and gets a clean shot, mid-range jumper.
5-3, OKC. Barrett to Fernando, far elbow. Gets it to Barrett up top. 3 in the air, over Dort, no good. Rebound Hartenstein. Back comes Jay Will. Drives into the lane. Turnaround jumper over Barnes, no good. Good contest by Scotty. Here comes Barrett. 9:55 first quarter, 5-3. Barrett drives, kicks it out top. Barnes, catch against Jay Will. Jumper up, no good. Rebound, OKC. 5-3 Thunder, 9:40 to go, first quarter. Hartenstein. Up top to SGA, guarded by Barrett. Down to the baseline, stop, pull up, jumper, good.
So good getting
he gets to that spot, yeah.
That's really good defense by RJ, but he's just so smooth at his own pace, gets to that right-handed dribble, and that power dribble into his jump shot gives him a little bit more momentum.
The slam dribble we used to teach.
Right up into the shot, right?
It's a Javon Shepard, Warren Ward basketball camp.
And you know what the funny thing is? It's that punch dribble off the right foot, right side, and then fading away to his right.
Push those toes into the ground, man. Get all you can from the earth. Barrett up top, 7-3. RJ drives, has it blocked. Dort coming across from the weak side. Here comes OKC with numbers. Shea, foul line, step back. Got it, rattles it down, 3 rims. And OKC leads 9-3. It's a 9-0 run after the first 3 by Barnes. Scotty into the lane. Gets Jay Will in the air. The short jumper, no good. Rebound Hartenstein. Quick outlet, Jalen Williams on the run against Grady. And they got Grady on the foul. And I thought he did a good job of engaging, knowing that Scotty was chasing him down and was going to get the block.
He did a good job, but Williams did an even better job of getting ahead of the defense, shooting out of there like a cannon. Isaiah Hartenstein did a good job outletting the basketball. Now you have Williams and Grady Dick just one-on-one and in his heels in transition, so that makes it a little bit tougher. But I did think that Grady did a good job just trying to just slow him down a bit, waiting for the defense trailing.
It's a 10-0 run by OKC as Jalen Williams knocks in the free throw. 10-3 OKC. Second one in the air is also good. 11-3 OKC. Here comes Barnes, front court. Guarded by Jalen Williams. Gets it to Barrett up top. RJ into the corner. Grady. Shot fake, drive on the baseline. Kicks it to Fernando. Back to Grady. Turned over. OKC brings it front court. Into the lane, Isaiah Joe, kick out, Shea, jab, 3 in the air, no good, long rebound, Joe runs it down, drives baseline, out the other side, far wing, 8-12, first quarter, 11-3, OKC. Jalen Williams, drive, loses the handle, gets it back, and then the foul called on Fernando as he went airborne. And that will send OKC to the line for 2 more.
Fernando just got his hand in there at the last second. Williams, in true scorer fashion, and we've seen it with guys like Harden, we've seen KD, some of the best scorers in the game, bringing that basketball low as they go up into their shot and always catching the arms of the defense, picking up the foul.
Timeout, Darko. A good one. It's a 12-0 run for OKC. They lead 12-3, 8:05 to go. First quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century. That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful...
Hey, Insiders! Thank you for hanging out with us tonight on this beautiful winter evening for the Raptors game. Please take a second to hit that like button down below. As well, please share this link out. We really need to get more people here in the chat. These Raptors games are a little bit slow, and I know the whole tank for flag thing and losing all the time, it's hard. But share this link out on your social media. Drop a follow at TS Insider while you're at it, and let's bring some more basketball fans here in the chat to chant, "We the North! We the North!" Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go Raptors.
New Festive Faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras additional. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace. TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it. Get the feeling that no matter what, you're taken care of.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward with you. Jonesy and Javon have been knocked out, and some technical issues down below, so we'll call it from up here as OKC now has a 13-6 lead. What's your read on what's happening, Warren?
OKC got off to a good start, and 9:05, hear me. Raptors are just taking some tougher shots to begin the game and settling for threes. They couldn't get to the rim, and OKC is establishing their will early on.
Now 15-6 as OKC went down and got a couple. And so, again, another situation where the Raptors are in a bit of a hole, albeit in the early stages of the first quarter, but nonetheless something to climb out of. And it's against OKC, it's not going to be easy.
No, not at all. Plays like that help, though. It's a great pass by Scottie Barnes to Ochai Agbaji for an easier 2. But they have to do it on this end of the floor, and OKC's been able to get to the free throw line early. Isaiah Joe already made a 3, so you have to limit their shooters, and you have to guard the paint.
SGA from outside, no guy.
There was no follow-through on that attempt by SGA.
There's Grady Dick from the outside, and that's a no guy. Outside shooting, 2 for 6 for the Raptors, 1 for 3 for OKC as they work it around the perimeter. Dort passes out, and another miss. Somebody put a lid on the bucket. There's Grady from the outside, from the corner, and that's an air ball. Wow.
Should have shot the first one. He hesitated.
Yeah, he moved his angle, didn't he? There's two. SGA goes in for a bucket, and now it's 17-8. It's an interesting flurry of, I think there were 4 straight misses from the outside. Swatted away.
It's great interior defense by Hartenstein.
Another miss by OKC, and the Raptors bring it up. Barrett working it into the paint, driving, fouled. So 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 17-8.
I think that's the Raptors' first real attempt in this quarter to get all the way downhill and draw a foul, get into the heart in the interior defense of this OKC team, and they do a phenomenal job guarding in general. 104 points a game they give up, first in the league.
And if you're listening for Paul Jones and Javon Shepard, technical issues have forced the Tatman and Warren to go call it from above, high above the action. Barrett drops another one, so now 17-10 OKC as they work the ball up court. And Williams puts it up and in for another deuce.
It's a great move by Jalen Williams. He lost R.J. Barrett, but that behind the back, excellent display of ball handling. Walter with a good look and unable to knock that one down.
And he's had a busy day. Played for the 905.
Yep.
And an empty trip there for OKC, and the Raptors on a drive by Mobo, but drew a foul, so maybe get something out of this. So we may be seeing that the Raptors are known for this, even in the losses, they somehow clawed their way back into a lot of these games, and they sink their teeth into you, and against a team like OKC, that is noteworthy.
Well, I mean, they're down now, and OKC averages 30 points a game in the quarter, in the first quarter especially. So, they're on their way to doing that now. They're one of the best teams in the first quarter at scoring, but the Raptors have to try and weather the storm and get themselves back in the game, and that has to start on the defensive end first, and then offensively continue to move the basketball. You gotta use your strengths and getting out in transition. Getting 2 feet in the paint. Those are things that the Raptors have to focus on.
So Mobo missed his first shot. And I can't really get an idea on what's going on here.
Shea's bleeding.
Good eye from up here.
Oh, I can see anything from up here, guys. My eyes peeled all the time.
Yes, guy.
What do they call this? A bird's eye view?
Yes, it is.
I'm an eagle.
There we go. And Bobo drops the second shot from the foul line. So 19-11 is where we stand now. 5:14 left to go in the first quarter. OKC went on a big run. The Raptors got the first 3, and then OKC took it from there. Let's go back down to courtside to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard.
All right, Jim, thanks to you and Warren for filling in. Technical difficulties took both radio crews off the air, but we're back for now. Raptors, as Jim told you, down 19-11. Mobo drives near baseline, lays it up and in. Strong take by the youngster out of USF. Raptors cut the lead to 6. Here comes Shea on RJ. Drives, throws it up and in, and gets the foul and one. As Shea just finds a way to get to the basket, Javon. He's got more free throws than the next 3 guys combined on their team.
Hey, you know what? He was up against a defender that knows his game pretty well. They spent the summer together in R.J. Barrett. R.J. did a good job of knowing that Shea likes to get down to the left hand, cutting it off. And Shea just finding a way, getting to the free throw line.
His three-point play makes it 22-13 OKC, and the Raptors almost turn it over. Something that we talked about you just can't do against OKC. Raptors only have one turnover now, but shooting only 4 of 15, and that's not unusual when you look at OKC, the number 1 percentage field goal defense, and now they sit in the zone. Raptors in the red, coming left to right. Mitchell up top, sets for the three, no good. Long rebound, Jacoby Walter comes away with it. Out duels Aaron Wiggins. Underneath, Mobo brought it down. They strip him. He knocks it away, gets it back, goes up. Knocked away again. Here comes Dort. On the run, Lou Dort tied up by Davion Mitchell. Gets it off the ground in the key, kicks it up top to Shea. 3:50 to go, first quarter. Shea, three up top, no good. Rebound knocked away right into the hands of Wallace. Gets it to Wiggins near side. Kicks up top. Kenrich Williams, three up top is good.
Well, you force a Shea into a tough shot, contest it from the three-point line, and then give him the offensive rebound. Got to get away from that, right? Got to secure, corral those basketballs, especially if you're going to force tough shots, long shots.
Barrett into the lane, has it knocked away. Goes off Case and Wallace, out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. They trail 25-13 with 3:21 to go first quarter. Boucher and Barnes bound off the bench. .321 to go. First quarter. Jacoby Walter near corner in front of the Raptors bench. Gets it to Mobo. Drives, gets a step, gets into the lane, has it knocked away. Boucher runs it down. Shot clock at 3. Chris got a fire, no good. Rebound. Davion Mitchell keeps it alive, but it goes right to SGA. He'll bring it front court. On the bounce against Davion Mitchell. Works far side. Into the lane. Has it knocked away. Stolen. Here comes Toronto. Mitchell to Boucher. Lays it up and in. Give and go basketball. Timeout OKC.
That's how you chip away at this thing. A great break started by Chris Boucher. He does a good job giving it up early to Davion Mitchell in the corner. Continue his path. Continue his run. And ends up with an easy 2 at the basket. Give it up early. Get it back. Easy finish.
So let's take a break. 2:48 to go first quarter, 25-15 OKC. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday...
Hey you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the Raptors game tonight. We appreciate you being here, but why the heck haven't you hit that subscribe button yet? Come on, you're hanging out with the best Toronto sports fans on YouTube, and we're trying to get that plaque and go get 100K. We're at around 62. Let's build something special here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game, every single Leafs game, every single Blue Jays game in the summertime, Argos as well as every single playoff game in sports, if possible. Maybe. I'm trying my best. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you for joining our awesome community, and we'll be right back in the action. Let's go Raptors.
So sign up today for your Planet Fitness Black Card membership at planetfitness.ca or pop into any location and get ready to absolutely love going to the gym at Planet Fitness.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
25-15 OKC leading Toronto. 2:48 to go first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Josh Lippa. We are courtside. Up top, Jim Taddy. Alongside Warren Ward, you'll hear from them along with Josh Lewinberg at halftime. Cameron Moore up there keeping them on the air, and guys were able to fill in while the Gremlins were in the machine down here. Back at Raptors Central, producer Owen Hall and board operator Jag Kang. Here come the Oklahoma City Thunder in the royal blue with orange, black, and gold trimming. They work right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena with a 10-point lead. Wallace up top to SGA wearing the royal blue shoes with the orange toe. Pretty good match. Shea is the ultimate Joe Cool, though. Like they talk about Joe Burrow in the NFL as Joe Cool. He ain't got squat on Shea. He can't touch. He can't.
You know what? SGA just gets it. Whatever it is, he's got it.
In the words of Larry Holmes, he couldn't carry my jockstrap. Shea he's cool. And he's balling, too. And right now, Davion Mitchell had him locked up. And as Shea turned to go airborne, Davion takes the foul, not happy about it.
Davion knew right away, right? He looked at the officials and just said, he reached in at the last second and picked up the foul, but he had SGA in a tough spot, right? Yep. The clock winding down and just reaching and got him on the elbow. But that would have been a tough shot fading to his left. If he makes that, he makes that. Davion's just got to stay disciplined, right?
Yeah.
You've done your job defensively if you can force a tough shot
like
that.
Hey, like my old coach used to say, Jones, you don't have to steal the ball. You want the ball, contain, contest, and rebound.
That's it.
Instead, SGA knocks down 2, and the lead goes back to 12 for OKC, largest of the night. 2:24, clock running, Raptors in the red. Caruso picks up Mitchell up top. Mitchell on the bounce. Down to the baseline. Jacoby Walter, 3, no good. Weak side rebound, near side, Kenrich Williams. Up front to Aaron Wiggins, drives into the lane, blocked by Scotty Barnes. Rebound comes down, Kenrich Williams has it. Knocked away by Boucher, they get it back. Caruso to Cason Wallace, 3 up top, no good. Long rebound, Davion Mitchell. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Up the near side, right wing into the corner. Jacoby Walter fires again for 3 in the corner, no good. Darko claps his hands and says, that's okay, it's a good shot. Kenrich Williams, elbow jumper near side. A little stunt by Jacoby Walter had no impact, and OKC's up 14. 1:30 to go, first quarter, 29-15 Thunder. Walter, down low to Mobo, turns into the lane, has it stripped. Here comes OKC. Wallace on the drive, Davion Mitchell cuts him off. They get it to SGA, far side, guarded by Boucher. SGA drives left into the lane, kicks it to Aaron Wiggins, his 3 no good, near side. Rebound, Toronto ball.
Good job there by Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell wasn't able to get the rebound, but does a good job cutting in front of Wallace there so that he can't come up with the offensive board. He has to reroute. Ball goes out of bounds, and Raptors get it.
Front court come the Raptors. Barnes up top. On the lob to Jacoby Walter. Careless turnover. Tough pass. Here comes Aaron Wiggins. On the run. Drive into the lane on Mobo. Lays it up and in. The lead 16 for OKC. You cannot turn it over against these guys.
Well, and if you're going to turn it over, you got to have a bit more effort on the defensive end. Wiggins just walks right around Mobo to get into the paint.
Raptors 5 of 25 as Boucher misses the fadeaway far side from about 12 feet. Caruso 3 up top, good. Thunder, no pun intended, rolling. 34-15, they lead by 19. Boucher in the lane, drive, lay it up and in. 10 seconds. First quarter. Here comes SGA. Works far side, right wing, pull up 3 on Jacoby Walter, short. Rebound knocked away, and that's the way the quarter will end. As the Raptors have been doubled up, it's 34-17 OKC.
And you know, Jonesy, we said it before, the focal point for OKC is going to be SGA. already off to a really good start. 0 for 6 from 3, but 13 points for him. Raptors going to the second quarter have to do a better job, like I mentioned, being physical, not allowing him to control the game and get into the paint.
Second quarter when we come back, 34-17 OKC. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
What the flock? Excuse me? What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com. Introducing Bryan Adams Radio on iHeartRadio.
What's up, basketball fans? Thank you for hanging out with us during the Raptors matchup tonight. Now's the time. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, hanging out with us, cheering on We the North, or cheering on whoever we're playing tonight, or just a basketball fan in general. So let's see those flag emojis in the chat. City and state, city and province. Let's see how far out our reach is here on TSI, hanging out together, watching the Raptors. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like button and sharing this link out, and we'll see you guys back in the chat. Come on, Raptors, let's get the W tonight.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Again, our apologies. Jonesy and Javon, technical issues courtside, so Jim Taddy and Warren Ward high above the action here. Start of the second quarter, 34-17. OKC over the Raptors. Ball booted out of bounds. And there'll be an inbounds here, and we'll see who gets the ball. Is it OKC or the Raptors? It's OKC. Caruso on the inbound. And a bucket. Just like that. So we go to 36-17.
Starting exactly where they left off. OKC getting the stop defensively and scoring and executing offensively. 34 points in that first quarter. Not ideal start. OKC off to a great one.
Raptors only 6 of 26 in that quarter, shooting 23%.
That's
and just
defense.
Yeah, and a turnover there. Caruso passes it off. They miss another attempt and foul.
Without Pirtle, you're seeing now OKC has offensive rebounding opportunities, and their defense is just suffocating the Raptors. Unless you get your feet on the paint, this is going to be a long night for Toronto. OKC is just too good, too disciplined defensively.
If there was ever a night where Jakob Pirtle needed to be here, I mean, he needs to be here every night, but this is a big loss tonight, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, rebounding and just the interior presence. The Raptors need all the help they can get. OKC is looking like they're in cruise control, and until Raptors can put together a bit of a run and get some stops and get out in transition, I mean, I can count on my hand how many times they've been able to get into the paint.
So nothing out of that, and the Raptors take the ball up the court. Mobo passes it off to Grady Dick, who keeps it alive, and back to Mobo. Over to Grady Dick on the outside. Will he shoot? No. Going to bring it in. Passes off. Boucher. Oh. No foul there. And another shot and turnover.
He got stripped on the dunk attempt. Wasn't able to recover.
There's a nice save by Grady Dick as he brings it up court. No, they just can't buy a basket. It was Boucher trying to slam it in. It wouldn't go. And now Grady Dick works it around. Another shot from the outside, and no sale there either.
They're scrapping to get a bucket.
Oh boy, they really paid for that one, didn't they? 36-19.
Mobo able to get a bucket after Scotty Barnes' hustle. Whereas OKC, you see just two dribbles, two passes, and they're getting into the paint. The Raptors have to work a lot harder to get anything interiorly.
Boucher looking for a call there, doesn't get it.
No, that was soft. He needs to go up with a bit more authority. Instead of arguing for the foul call, he has to get back on defense.
They're shooting. I mean, the outside shooting for both is not good. 4 for 13 for OKC at 30%. For the Raptors, it's 2 for 13 for 15.4. Overall, the Raptors are shooting 7 of 32, 21.9, and OKC 15 of 31 for 48.4%. And that is the result of stifling defense, right?
That is the result at 19 points for a quarter in a few minutes.
We'll take a timeout. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. District license 12616.
A Tim's Donut and Coffee is the original collab. And right now in Toronto, any classic donut is $1 when you buy any size original or dark roast coffee. Get a deal on the iconic duo with a Tim's Dollar Donut. Plus tax at participating restaurants in Toronto for limited time. Terms apply. See app for details.
Formula One lives on TSN with every race all season long. And with TSN Plus, go that extra mile with onboard cameras, pit lane channel, and more.
Boy, is it good there.
F1 lives on TSN and TSN Plus.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
9:48. First half, Oklahoma City leading Toronto 41-19. It's been that kind of a night for the Raptors. 7 of 32 from the floor. And not that Oklahoma City's tearing it out. They're only shooting 48%. Well, 15 of 31, but they are just playing their game.
Well, just watching how OKC is playing, right? They collapse the paint so fast. Anytime there's been a ball that's gone in the paint or penetration, there's 2 or 3 defenders that are there in a millisecond, right, to deter the Raptors to get a hand on a ball or make things difficult. And Raptors tonight only have 10 paint points, and like you mentioned, only shooting 21%.
OKC in the 2-3 zone right now. Barnes, elbow jumper, far side, got it. Soft spot in the zone. That's what I said, Javon, they play old school. Like you said, collapse in the paint, dig at the ball. If you want to kick it out to a guy who can't shoot a 3, we'll let you take that.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We don't care that that's the way the game's played, that people fire 3.
And they're so aggressive as well that the officials can't call every foul. So I think they set the tone, the tempo that way as well.
Shed on the run, gets it back to Barnes, back to Shed. Now to Barnes, up top. Scotty, far side, steps in, leans, now gets it back to Grady. Shot clock at 10. 9 minutes first half, Toronto down 20. Grady drives into the lane, loses the ball. You got to protect the ball. A.J. Mitchell, front court. Cason Wallace, 3 is good. You just can't be loose with the ball. Raptors down 23 right now. Shed up top, 3 near side, no good. Rebound knocked away. Here comes OKC. They're moving right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Jalen Williams, fall away, no good. Rebound Fernando. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Grady, 3, far side, good in the bottom of the well. Raptors trail 44-24, trying to mount a charge. Hartenstein up top. Kaysen Wallace, 3, got it. Can't go under that screen, he'll hurt you.
You got to go up. You got to get up. You got to contest. They're shooting 40% from the three-point line right now, right? And that number can continue to go north if you're not going to get in the shoes in the kitchen of OKC.
47-24, and the Raptors now throw it away.
And that one there, that one, okay, it's an unforced turnover. Fortunately for the Raptors, it's a dead ball. But at the same time, if we're just making a chest pass to the top of the key, that ball's got to get there.
You know, you think about maybe a guy jumping in the passing lane under pressure. Those are the things that
speed you up.
Yeah, and force mistakes. Kaysen Wallace, front court. Out there with Mitchell, Jalen Williams, Hartenstein, and Caruso. A.J. Mitchell, far corner. To Hartenstein, back to Mitchell. Stutter dribble, drive, Fernando cuts him off. Kick out, Caruso, 3, got it straight away. Oklahoma City shooting 51%, 7 of 16 from 3, 18 of 35 from the floor. Shed, cross court, Jacoby Walter, jumper, hits the side of the backboard. Gets it back, drive to Fernando in the lane. He can't handle the pass, another turnover. Kaysen Wallace, drive, reverse layup, no good. Rebound Fernando. Outlet Jamal Shed, 6:50 first half. Barrett on the run, lays it up, no good, but is fouled. And RJ will go to the line for 2. 50-24 OKC. 6:48 to go. First half. Now the Thunder have taken the crowd right out of it.
And there was a nice little buzz in here earlier, Chauncey. Yep. Especially in this second quarter, they've really turned it on. They forced Toronto to 4 turnovers, and they're getting out, and you can feel like the Raptors don't have much life right now. It almost seems as if they weren't ready for this level of intensity from OKC.
This is the big boy league. We're playing for groceries. Yeah, playing for Taddy's money.
And Taddy's been working overtime tonight, so he's got a little extra change.
6:42 first half. 50-26 OKC. Hartenstein up top in the royal blue, moving right to left. Bulls his way to the basket, floats it up and in. Man, that was in slow motion, and he got it to go. Still doubled up, 52-26. Barrett to Shed to Fernando up top. The Raptors really missing Pirtle tonight on the glass. There's a 3 in the bottom of the well by Jamison Battle. Somebody said to me today, asked me a question about Jamison Battle. I said, hey man, he's Toronto's version of Sam Hauser. Jalen Williams in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Bruno Fernando. Out to RJ Barrett, front court. RJ, tough pass in the lane between 2 defenders, knocked away. A.J. Mitchell drive, lay it up, no good. Rebound Shed. Raptors got away with one there. Shed brings it front court. Into the corner, Jacoby Walter has it knocked away by Caruso on the Old Man Beer League reach around. And Caruso knew it, put his hand up and smiled. .538 first half. 52-29, OKC in front. Ochai Agbaji will inbound near side right wing. Right in front of the Raptor bench. Toronto in the red, moving left to right. They get it into Mobile, mid-post extended. Up top, Jacoby Walter, guarded by Shea. Works right. That pass knocked away. You could see it coming all the way. Western Union, like a telegram. Shea, drive into the lane, floats it up, no good, knocked away, out of bounds. It'll stay with OKC. You run that mid-screen and roll, and that pocket pass, everybody was waiting for it.
Waiting for them. And you think about it, you look at the lineup that OKC has on the floor right now. Wallace, Caruso, Shea, Lou Dort, Mitchell.
Ballhawks.
There's 5 guards on the floor. There's no center, there's no forward. There's 5 guards on the floor. So they're going to be pesky. They're going to be irritants. They're going to have their hands active. You can't be loose with the basketball.
SGA up top to Caruso. Short roll at the nail. Jumper short. Rebound Barrett. RJ brings it front court. On the drive. Gets into the lane to Mobo underneath. And his shot is blocked by Shea.
Heck of a look by RJ.
Yeah.
As he attacks the basket to the left hand and sees that the defense, making a read, right? Sees that the defense is rotating over. They're building a wall so that he's not getting any easy looks at the basket. And Mobo right under the basket on the right dunker spot just lobs it up, puts enough air under it for him.
Mobo fouled as he caught it midair and went to put it in the basket and was fouled by SGA. .507 first half. Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, and Aaron Wiggins checking in. A.J. Mitchell, Kaysen Wallace, and Alex Caruso will sit down. Mobo on the line for Toronto. Second free throw, no good. Rebound. Here comes OKC. 5 minutes, first half, they lead by 22. Williams into the near corner, knocked away. They get it back. Isaiah Joe up top. Aaron Wiggins, drive into the lane, has it knocked away, stolen by Abaji. Raptors hustle it front court, far corner, Jacoby Walter. Kick it out, Barrett. Drive, steps into the lane and lays it in.
That's
RJ
crafty.
with a nice misdirection step.
That's crafty, right? Take away the left hand. Okay, I'm going to Euro and then just scoop it up with enough English off the glass. Soft touch.
52-32 OKC. Wiggins drive, reverse layup is up and in. Nice move by Aaron Wiggins, 54-32. Mitchell stops for three, no good. Here comes Dort. Near side, left wing, right hand into the middle like a truck, lays it up, no good, misses. Here comes Toronto. Barrett, front court, on Isaiah Joe, kick out. Jacoby Walter, drive into the lane, floats it up and in.
That's a good little finish, right? And a good job of attacking again, right? They have 4-on-4, didn't have numbers, but that penetration into the key and stops on two, avoids the offensive foul, and just floats to get the 2 points.
3:53 first half, 54-34, OKC by 20. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
Black Friday madness is over. But rest easy. Black Friday deals have been extended at Sleep Country with the best offers on the best brands. Get any size of purple sheet sets and Silk and Snow Relaxed linen sheets for the price of a twin. Plus, right now, save the tax on everything, including sheets, duvets, and more for a limited time only. Black Friday Extended is on now at Sleep Country. Don't miss it. Restrictions apply.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
3:53 first half, 54-34, OKC by 20. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Josh Lipa here courtside. Cameron Moore up top looking after Jim Taddy and Warren Ward. Josh Lewenberg will join them at half. Jag Kang on the board, back at Raptors Central under the watchful eye of producer Owen Hall. It's been that kind of night for the Raptors, Javon. 12 of 40, 30% from the floor. And they trail by 20.
Well, you look at those numbers, Jonesy, and the big one that sticks out to me is the 6 turnovers in this quarter alone.
Yeah.
Right, and if you're just coughing up the basketball at that rate against a team that's this efficient in transition, in the break, and do such a good job of moving the basketball and scoring, then you're making things more difficult on yourself.
OKC ball, front court, moving right to left toward Bay Street. Shea up top. Gets it to Isaiah Joe. Corner 3 in the air, up and down for Aaron Wiggins. 57-34. Mitchell near side for Toronto. Raptors in the red, coming left to right. Barnes against Dort. Gets it to Grady. Drive on Lou Dort on the switch. And the foul called on OKC. And they are. It's the tip, but Toronto has it. 3 on the shot clock. Grady got to go. Deep 3, banks it in. Grady finds a bank open on York Street. 57-37. Raptors cut it down, but it's still a 20-point lead. Wiggins drives on the baseline. Kicks it out top. Dort, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound Mitchell. Outlet Barnes, back to Mitchell in the middle of the court. Back to Scotty. Sets for 3 straight away, short. Rebound. Barrett knocks it away. Toronto has it. Into the corner. Abaji 3. Bang in the bottom of the well. 57-40. Back-to-back threes for Toronto.
54% for Abaji. Corner threes leading the NBA.
Mitchell guarding SGA. Shea drives by him. Picks up his dribble. Ball knocked away. Goes to Isaiah Joe. Deep 3 up top. He gets the bank and a roll. Turnabout is fair play, 60-40.
He's laughing at the shot himself right now.
Scotty 3 up top, no good. Is it me or is Scotty a little 3 happy right now?
He's trigger happy from that 3-point line.
Isaiah Joe says that's how it done. 3 ball goes down, 63-40 OKC, minute 45, first half. Grady tries to take the alley-oop from Scotty, knocked away. Here comes OKC. And they have a rare careless turnover, only their 5th of the night. And it'll go back to Toronto. 134 first half. Raptors leading 63-40, or trailing 63-40. Here comes Mitchell. Davion to Scotty, dribble handoff, gets it to RJ. His 3 near side, no good. Raptors have launched 23 threes. They're 6 of 23. Shea up top, guarded by another number 2, Mobo. On the drive, Shea crosses over into the far corner. Kaysen Wallace gets it to Isaiah Joe. Drives on Abaji, steps back. 3 is no good. Long rebound knocked away. Back to Jalen Williams. Up top, they swing it. Isaiah Joe drives into the lane. Kick to the corner. Jalen Williams, 3, no good. Rebound Barrett. Toronto comes front court. RJ gets it to Scotty underneath. Mobo jams it down.
Mobo just always seems to be at the right place around the basket, under the rim. And those guys are finding he has really good hands because those are tough catches that he's making.
I'm telling you, when this kid learns an outside shot and some consistency, he's going to be tough. And Mitchell fouls SGA up top. Davion doesn't like it. He's really putting pressure on the ball when Shea has it.
I think that would irritate me too when you're pressing up and playing, exerting a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and SGA just looks cool as a fan, keeping the basketball alive. You got to give him one good one.
I'm telling you, man. I need a cool nickname for him. Maybe the Fan. As he turns and knocks that one down and talks some junk to somebody in the front row saying stuff to him. Take that with you. 65-42, the lead is 23. Only in basketball can you engage with the players at that level, huh? Barnes up top. Drives near side into the lane. Kaysen Wallace was grabbing him, knocked it away. Here comes Jalen Williams. Reverse layup is good.
And, the defense again leads to that basket. They've double-teamed Scottie Barnes, and he just keeps the ball alive, dribbling it just a bit too long. Getting into the paint, then you get the collapse, and SGA gets out. They get an easy two.
So we're at recess, 67-42, OKC by 25. We'll take a break. Jim Taddy up next with Warren Ward and Josh Lewenberg at halftime. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years' experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor.
Cheers, insiders. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you for being a part of this amazing Toronto sports community. I wanted to take it back to a huge play, one of the biggest plays in Raptors history, if not the biggest. You remember this one?
Also here to cheer on. Leonard makes it official. Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
Man, nothing better. This community that we're building here for the Raptors, it's going to be something special. The Raptors might not be very good right now, but thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for chatting it up. Thank you for cheering on We the North. Let's go, Raptors. Let's finish this game strong. We'll see you back in the chat.
At planetfitness.ca or pop into any of the dozens of locations throughout the GTA and get back in the gym at Planet Fitness.
I like Christmas shopping.
Needs to hear gift ideas.
I have so many to buy for.
And the best bargains.
I shop local.
Who's nearby?
It's hectic, but it's fun.
And what their hours are.
I try not to leave it till the last minute.
Daily reminders.
But Christmas Eve, I'm always shopping for someone.
Last minute ideas.
I listen to the radio even more this time of year.
Holiday traditions. Be where anyone who needs you can meet you. Be on the radio. Your customers are already here.
Above average snowfall is expected in the GTA this winter. Are you ready? Maple Toyota has winter tire packages available and expert advice on the right ones for your Toyota. They'll even pay you cash when you upgrade. Trade in your old tires, buy a new set, and get $40 back. No one can guarantee the weather, but you can always count on Maple Toyota to do what's best for your Toyota. Located near Canada's Wonderland in the Maple Auto Mall. Visit mapletoyota.com.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
3 on the shot clock. Grady got to go. Deep 3, banks it in. Grady finds a bank open on York Street. 57-37. Raptors cut it down, but it's still a 20-point lead.
And now it's a 25-point lead, 67-42 for OKC over the Raptors at the half. Raptors at the half, Tangerine Raptors basketball live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward with you. That's a 3 from Grady Dick. The game started with a Scottie Barnes 3, and since then the Raptors have canned 5 more and 22 shots, still shooting really bad from the outside, 26%, but that's not really the problem, is it?
That's not the game story. No, unfortunately not. I mean, I'll just start with the the overall team stats, and then I'll support my case. The 905 have 905. You see where my mind is in.
Yeah.
The Raptors have lost their aggressiveness and they lost their identity of how they want to play basketball. They did not get out in transition. OKC did that. They did not really get points in the paint. They didn't get 2 feet in the paint, which then draws in the defense. And for whatever reason, OKC, they seem to have go gadget hands, because whenever a whenever a Toronto Raptor players drive to the rim, they're getting stripped. And it's not just one player. It's they're in the gaps when they go in that micro ball lineup. It works because it's swarming defense. You have 2 and 3 hands everywhere you go, and the Raptors cannot get 2 feet in the paint. Nothing is coming for them easy, regardless of the size. So you have to give OKC a lot of credit for their defensive intensity and their style of play, and the fact that they have the confidence that they don't need a center on the floor. They have Shea as their tallest player, and they're stripping the Raptors, getting in a transition and getting easy points. The Raptors need to hold the basketball like it matters to them, number one.
Right.
And 2, they have to find a way to get to the rim, because as much as they are a good shooting team, outside shots come from the predication of you getting into the paint and drawing defense and make those shots easier. If you're not going to get into the paint, OKC is going to sit on the perimeter and they're going to take the ball away from Toronto and they're going to run up the score.
Well, look what we saw as it got close to halftime was just trading threes.
And Toronto has shot more threes than OKC. OKC's taken 22. Shea is 0 for 6 from 3. The Raptors have made 6, but they've all been difficult and all been contested. They haven't gotten anything really easy, and that's why they're in this position right now.
So, having said that, I mean, let's be honest here. OKC's a really good ball team. They're 16-5, 7-3 on the road. I mean, the Raptors have to play a certain way to be competitive. That didn't happen. So, how do they get it back?
Well, I think number one, it starts on the defensive end, so you have to get stops. And right now, OKC, with the lineup they have, they're spreading Toronto out. They can get into the paint. They're very tough to guard, and it's going to be one possession at a time. That's for sure. Offensively, again, you got to get into the paint. You have to rebound the ball. Offensively, give yourself some second chance opportunities and keep OKC defending as long as you possibly can. I don't care how good your defensive team is. If you have to play defense 2 and 3 possessions, it becomes daunting. It starts to wear on you a bit, and it takes away from what they want to do offensively. But right now they're having their way, and everything's very easy.
Yeah.
So they don't have to try to do anything different. It's going to be a long night for Toronto if they don't pick it up on the defensive end and execute offensively by sticking to their principles, and they've gotten away from that.
Yeah, I mean, down by 25 at the half. That's a big climb. There's no question about that. Without Pirtle, it's a big climb. So they have to sort of methodically and very slowly work their way back in.
The first 5 minutes of the quarter is most important. If they can string together a little 8-10 run, 10-0 run, that would be phenomenal. And then I'm sure coach will call a timeout of OKC, and then you recalibrate. They're probably going to score a few points, but it starts with that end. You have to string together consecutive buckets, go on a few runs, and limit OKC. Make them have a quarter where they're not scoring 34 points in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and I have to believe that Coach Darko might be. I mean, he's tried everybody. It's an 11-man rotation.
Yeah, listen, I know Coach Darko's pissed. That's for sure. I mean, he's definitely upset. You can see the way he's walking with the timeouts. You always know when he comes out with that pace, he's definitely upset. So, he's probably going to be more upset at the fact that Toronto has not just taken care of the ball. Right? They're getting stripped and everything is very difficult. They cannot get into the paint even in transition. They're having a hard time doing so, and that's where they are strongest, is getting into the paint, causing second and third actions and getting a jump shot that way.
It's a tough climb, isn't it?
It is, and you're playing against the best team in the West for a reason, right? I mean, this team is good, and they have a very distinct style of play. So absolutely, but you have to change some things, and any team is beatable. So they're going to have to go ahead and do so. They're going to have to try and do everything they can to to get back in the game.
Okay, let's circle around and do some numbers here. The Raptors first half stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Get more value out of every kilometer in a Subaru, starting with the award-winning safety at your local Subaru dealer. So here's what we have. Bench points 26-17 for OKC. Paint points 26-18. Fast break points 14-5 for OKC. They're leading everything. Rebounds, second chance points. It is OKC with 8 for 5 and the Raptors 7 for 5. Turnovers for points 5 for 6 for the OKC Thunder. The Raptors have turned it over 10 times for 12 points. And the bottom line is 67-42 is the lead at the half. There's really, I mean, let's just go to the assists, which we usually trumpet. 13 for the Raptors on 15 buckets. 15 buckets isn't enough. 15 for OKC on 25. I mean, it's just not happening.
Stats aside, I don't even need to look at that.
No.
The OKC Thunder have come in here and they've dominated Toronto. They've honestly made Toronto look like a G League team in this first half because they can't take care of the basketball. They can't get in the paint. And I don't know if it's the strength of the OKC players, but you're in the NBA for a reason. So you need to be able to figure out a way to get to the rim and create havoc. And they're not doing that. They look soft, and as a result, OKC has been able to punish them.
The Raptors' leading scorer is Grady Dick with 9 points, 3 for 5 from the outside. Mobile has 8 for OKC. Gilgeous-Alexander has 15. Williams 13. Joe 11. And their bench, as I said earlier, outscoring the Raptors 26-17. So that's what we have. 67-42. OKC over the Raptors at the half. We'll be back with the second half next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Come and get some! TSN is the home of AEW, delivering dynamite every Wednesday. And with TSN Plus, you can get even more action with Rampage on Fridays and Collision on Saturdays. AEW lives on TSN and TSN Plus.
Ho, ho, holy moly.
Santa, welcome to Indigo.
Heather, Indigo's chief book lover. Just who I was looking for. I need the perfect book for my young readers who loved Harry Potter. Any ideas?
Oh, yes. Impossible Creatures is the book to enthrall Potterheads.
Well, I'm ho-ho happy I ran into you.
Who's next on your list, Santa?
At Indigo, we've got gifts so special, even Santa shops here.
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Crave presents the next groundbreaking original series from HBO, Dune Prophecy. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
First Up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Back and getting set for the start of the second half with OKC leading Toronto 67-42. And if you're a Raptor fan, Javon, I got a couple of little housekeeping to take care of here, but give me a quick synopsis.
Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Crave presents the next groundbreaking original series from HBO, Dune Prophecy. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
First Up with Korolnik.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the Raptors game tonight. We appreciate you being here, but why the heck haven't you hit that subscribe button yet? Come on, you're hanging out with the best Toronto sports fans on YouTube, and we're trying to get that plaque and go get 100K. We're at around 62. Let's build something special here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game, every single Leafs game, every single Blue Jays game in the summertime, Argos as well as every single playoff game in sports, if possible. Maybe. I'm trying my best. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you for joining our awesome community, and we'll be right back in the action. Let's go Raptors.
Quarter, right? You didn't match the intensity of OKC coming into this game and kind of shell-shocked and surprised by it. Well, now you know the level that they play at. Now you know that they're going to, they're scrappy. They're going to collapse the paint in a millisecond, a split second. So when you're getting into the paint, those decisions have to be made quick, or you have to get the ball to the basket a lot faster before they can close, your routes to the on path to the rim.
Second half tip-off is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly made here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Third quarter about to start, and as always, third quarter action is delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. Well, the Raptors need some high fives after hopefully knocking down some jump shots. OKC will start with the ball. They will come 94 feet from left to right. They're wearing the royal blue with orange, black, and a hint of yellow on the trim. SGA up top. Jalen Williams jumper short. Rebound Barrett. Outlet Barnes. Good start for the Raptors. Mobo to Barnes in the lane. Scotty lays it up and in. Good start for Toronto.
Yeah, started Mobo in the second half matched up against SGA. And a good job getting a rebound and running the length of the floor. Scotty with an easy 2.
Isaiah Joe up top. Kicks it to Shea, guarded by Mobo. Shea on the bounce, step back, 3 in the air, short. Rebound knocked away, Barnes has it. Consecutive stops to start for Toronto. Mobo underneath, kicks it up top to Barnes. Gets a screen from RJ, now to Barrett. Drives on Jalen Williams in the lane, blocked by Dort, came off the ball. Second man off the floor, got the block. In the lane, Dort has it stripped. Mobo can't pick it up, but Barrett does. 4-on-4. Here comes Toronto. Barnes to a cutting Barrett. Floater in the lane, back rim, no good. A look of frustration on the countenance of RJ Barrett.
Tough night for him, 1 for 7. That was an easy look, a floater that he usually makes.
Shea can't squeeze the rebound, out of bounds. Toronto ball. So the Raptors have held defensively, as OKC's had 3 trips without a score to start the quarter. Mobo, far side, Grady. Back to Mobo, in the lane. Tries to find a cutting Scotty, almost too unselfish. He could have taken that one up himself. Instead, he turns it over. Turns Shea on the run, and Shea is fouled on his drive to the basket.
Guy. He's a right-handed player, but talk about his change of speed, but also his ability to get to his left hand. When he attacks, he's attacking to that left. Gets anywhere he wants. Easy. Like, he's very surgical when he gets into the paint, but it's always to that left hand. And it's funny because usually you want to force guys to that offhand, to that, that weaker hand, so to say. But Shea is far more dangerous getting that to that side of the floor.
Gets to the free throw line. Knocks it down. SGA, 16 points. Only 6 of 14 from the floor. 0 of 7 from 3, but knocking down free throws, although he missed that one. 4 of 5. Raptors down 24. Barrett to Barnes on the elbow, near side. Raptors in the red, coming right to left toward Bay Street. Barrett, 3, no good. Rebound. Jalen Williams. So are we off this R.J. Barrett at home business? I mean,
well, let's check it out.
Well,
1 for 8 from the floor, 0 for 3 from the three-point line.
I think this kid could play on Mars. Isaiah Joe skips down the lane and reverse layup, gets it to go 70-44, biggest lead of the game for OKC. Mobo drive, jams it down.
Tape. That is a great tape.
That's what he needs to do. He's almost too unselfish.
Burst out of there like a cannon. He can do that on every play. You think about who he's matched up against. Some of these bigs, the blow by and attack explosive to the rim.
Shea, step back, contested by Mobo, doesn't matter. Knocks it down. Scotty back, 3 up top, walks into it, no good. Rebound, Jalen Williams. I get the feeling the Raptors are trying to hit the 15-point play. Isaiah Joe into the corner. Jalen Williams drives, kicks out Dort. Up top, Isaiah Joe. Shot fake, drive, pull up, jumper, in and out, rebound Grady. Outlet RJ. Up the near side. Drive, spins into the lane, has it blocked by Isaiah Joe, out of bounds. It'll be Toronto ball, and Darko wants a timeout. So we'll step away to 8:33, third quarter, 72-46 OKC. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People sometimes ask, sure, you can consolidate people's debts using telekinesis, but what else can you do? As if changing lives isn't enough. Well, I can also use my power to make it rain hot dogs. It's still not as cool as consolidating debts into one easy payment, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
72-46, OKC with the lead. It's been that kind of night for Toronto, as cold as the weather outside from the floor, only 32%. But give the NBA's #1 field goal percentage team some credit where it's due, Javon. Pretty good defense by the Thunder.
Great defense, right? Raptors shoot 32% from the floor, and you know, I mentioned it a number of times. They do such a good job rotating out, right? Help and recover, and right on the ball handler. As soon as they penetrate, they're there. As soon as they kick it, you know, the defense is matching up. You get into the paint, there's 2-3 defenders, and they're disciplined, right? And because they're so aggressive and they have that nature, all 5 guys on the floor, right? The officials aren't calling every foul right from the jump, because they set their intensity, they set their level of play, they establish it right from the onset.
8:33, third quarter. OKC with the ball. Toronto with the ball. They will inbound baseline right, far side, in the red. They move right to left. They reset the shot clock to 18. Curtis Blair, Nate Green, and Trey Maddox, the officials tonight. Raptors get it into Grady in the corner. Fall away jumper, good, over Hartenstein.
He got a nice little arc on that shot. You had to get it over Hartenstein there. One dribble in that right corner and just elevated above the defense.
Hartenstein up top On the bounce, gets it to Jalen Williams. Off to Isaiah Joe, to Dort. Drive on Abaji. Hartenstein up top. Jalen Williams into the lane, loses it. And he tries to lay it down. And it's a kick. Darko wanted to travel. I've said this before, Javon. I'd like to see the NBA go back to maintaining the integrity of respecting the integrity of the game and call more travels, because the entertainment part has overruled it, and guys are getting buckets. They're taking liberties with the travel rules. Isaiah Joe up top. Step back three straight away is good.
He's been lights out tonight. 4 for 6 from the three-point line. Raptors went to a zone there, and he just single-handedly broke it.
75-48. Biggest lead of the game, 27 for OKC. Abaji three, no good. Battle gets the rebound into the corner. Grady's three is good. Had all day to tee that one up and knock it in the bottom of the well. 7.5 to go. Third quarter. 75-51. Jalen Williams three, knocks it out near side, right wing. Barnes to Battle. Raptors come back the other way. Battle's three up top is good in the bottom of the well. We're trading threes. 78-54, Thunder. Up top, Shea guarded by Scotty, goes right by him, lays it up, no good. Rebound Barnes. Abaji over to help. Here comes Toronto. Ochai on the drive into the lane, kicks it out. Barrett's three, no good. Rebound Isaiah Joe. Back comes SGA on the drive, floats it up and in near side, right wing.
That's so casual. You've got to stop him above the break. Too easy. 20 points for him, 8 for 17.
Battle to Barnes. Scotty three near side, got it in the bottom of the well. 80-57, Raptors still trailing big, but give them credit, still working hard. SGA up top, works far side, gets into the lane on Barrett, bounces off him and banks it in. I love the fact
he's using the glass.
I say it all the time.
I knew where you were headed. And he just used it on the right side. He also just used it on the left side.
It just gives you a better margin of gives you a better margin of error, though. Go glass, you won't be short.
And I'm telling you, not every player can do that. Not even at the NBA level can every player make that shot right there.
No, but as Dort drives to the hoop, lays it in, timeout Darko. You got to start teaching that at an early age. The glass is your friend.
It's a lot. It's touch as well. Touch and understanding angles. The one on the right, okay, I get it. You see the one on the left where he penetrates and use that inside hand where the defense is to make that shot. That's no bueno. That's not easy.
84-57 the lead, back to 27. Let's take a break. 5:44 third quarter. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockwings.com. Black Friday.
Hey, Insiders. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight on this beautiful winter evening for the Raptors game. Please take a second to hit that like button down below. As well, please share this link out. We really need to get more people here in the chat. These Raptors games are a little bit slow, and I know the whole tank for flag thing and losing all the time, it's hard. But share this link out on your social media. Drop a follow at TS Insider while you're at it, and let's bring some more basketball fans here in the chat to chant, "We the North! We the North!" Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go Raptors.
5:44 third quarter. OKC 84, Toronto 57. Tough night at the office for the Raptors. Very tough night. Let's see if there's a bounce back somewhere, Javon.
Well, one thing we've learned about this Raptors team is they don't let up, right? And they don't just lay down. So I imagine you're going to get a little bit of a push with the 5:44 remaining in this third quarter. And just from an effort standpoint, just from understanding you can't just go into the paint carelessly and loosely. You can't be careless with the basketball.
Here comes here come the Raptors front court. Right to left, attacking the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Jamison Battle. Cross-court pass intercepted by Cason Wallace. Takes it all the way in for the jam and the foul on Battle. Those wing or top to wing passes without juice on them are a sitting duck. So Wallace will go to the line for the back end of the three-point play. Free throw up and down by Cason Wallace. And OKC puts a little bit more on the lead. Jacoby Walter up top. Gets it to Barnes at the nail. Far corner, Davion Mitchell, catch and shoot, no good. Rebound Williams, Jalen Williams. Off to Shea, 30-point lead for the Thunder. Shea drives, step back, short, rebound, Barnes. Quick hit ahead to Abaji, Ochai into the lane, kicks it into the corner, battles three, no good. Rebound Dort. Front court, Shea stutters. Shea's gait is so smooth. He reminds me of that young Drew Holiday that's going way faster than he looks.
Change of speed. Incredible. And you know what's impressive? He does it flat-footed as well.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they need a little run and start to slow down and then accelerate. He could be going at a walking pace and then that burst.
And then bang. Like the cartoons, there's a piece of dust behind him. Shea, kick out, Jalen Williams up top. 4:35 third quarter. In the lane, Williams went for the dunk, blocked by Bruno Fernando. Here come the Raptors on the run. Boucher misses the dunk, but he's fouled by Lou Dort as Chris lands hard on his left wrist, flexing it, as he will go to the line for a couple of free throws. Raptors did a nice job defending, and then they got out and run. Boucher free throw good. 87-58. All right, let's ask a question here. Buying or selling, as in the spirit of our producer Owen Hall. OKC is a legitimate
Buy.
NBA
Buy. I don't even need to let you finish.
title team.
Buy.
Buying it. Well, they got a little experience last year getting beat out in the second round by Dallas.
They get that experience, and if you look at all the teams last year that were supposed to be the powerhouses, this is the one team that has come back and they actually look better and have improved on last year.
Boucher into the lane, floats it up. No good. Offensive foul. Lou Dort standing in, taking the charge. Boucher with the foul, turn it over, and give it to the Thunder.
And, you know, to add to that, Jonesy, I also don't know if there's a team that plays better defense than OKC right now. And you still,
that's what's going to win it.
The thing is, this is the early part of the season, so you still have 3 quarters left to get better if you're OKC, paired with the experience that they gained last year. This might be the team in the West.
The Raptors called a timeout, and the green light special, they are going to challenge the call. It was a drive into the paint.
Toronto will be challenging this offensive foul call.
It was a drive into the paint by Boucher. Lou Dort, a solid defender, standing in. And so Trey Maddox and Curtis Blair under the hood with Nate Green watching on. We're getting a look at the replay. Looked like Dort was leaning a little bit, and there wasn't any contact to his chest. We're getting a look at it from the replay center. Oh yeah, there was. Boucher's forearm. I don't think they're going to overturn this one. I think this one stays as it is. Here we are as Curtis Blair got the call.
After review, it will be an unsuccessful challenge. Call will stand. Offensive foul on Boucher.
Curtis Blair, short and sweet. Some guys tell you they have lost their ability to challenge and the timeout. You know, they go into the whole shebang. OKC with the ball and the lead. 3:58, third quarter. Thunder with the ball, front court. SGA backs down. And they've got a foul on the ground, Davion Mitchell. And they say Davion trying to dislodge Shea. Ball up top, Shea. Plays well through contact. You know, he's not bothered by it. Bounces off Fernando and knocks it in.
Well, even there, stopping on a dime. You talk about the contact. He gets into the paint, snake dribble, they cut him off, and doesn't even worry about that last power dribble. Stops, fades, mid-stride.
Contact doesn't bother him at all. Fernando underneath, lay it up and in. Bruno gets it down. Raptors trailing 89-61. Dort, three up top, no good. Rebound battle. Runs it front court. Dribble handoff to Mitchell. It's a screen from Fernando. Now to Jacoby Walter, near side. Shot clock at 10. Walter works to Mitchell. Three ball far side, no good. Rebound. They say stay here, as they've got the foul on Shea. RJ Barrett checks back in for Toronto. He'll inbound near side, left wing in front of the Thunder bench. Raptors in the red. Coming right to left toward Bay Street. Davion Mitchell wide open three, no good. Boucher attempting the putback was fouled. And so that will send Chris to the line for two.
You know, Chris Boucher just knows KYP, right? Know your person on that. That's not just your opponent, but knowing your teammates as well. Davion Mitchell puts up the shot. He's been 0 for 5 from the three-point line tonight. OKC is pretty much daring him to shoot it. And Chris Boucher just using his energy and using his efforts and giving his team a second chance opportunity. Comes up with the basketball, but also gets a chance at two at the line. And now you have an opportunity to set up your defense if he knocks down the second one.
Mark Daigneault does this often. Has everybody and then runs his guys to the other end. Love to know the thinking behind that. Jalen Williams drives, misses the layup. Here comes Toronto with numbers. 5 on 4. Boucher to Barrett. Dribble handoff, Jacoby Walter. Works up top with the Fernando screen. Gets into the lane. All the way, turnaround jumper, no good. Boucher can't squeeze the rebound, but it's knocked away from him by Jalen Williams. It'll stay Toronto ball. .216. Third quarter, OKC in control, 89-63. Fernando to Mitchell. Davion works down to the far corner, now back to the middle. Kick out, Jacoby Walter, 3, rattles, doesn't go. Rebound knocked away, SGA has it. Front court, gets it to Aaron Wiggins. To Hartenstein. Back to SGA, pull up, 3, got it, finally knocked one down.
That's what he's been looking for. He's been searching for it. 1 for 9 from three-point line, and unfazed, right? Still taking them. Make till you miss till you make.
Well, you've got an offensive foul on Fernando. One that is being, it used to be an offensive foul, now it's just an automatic call. The defender sees a guy running and kind of runs into his path, feigning like he's trying to get to the ball handler, and it suddenly becomes an illegal screen. Front court, SGA to Hartenstein on the block. What a pass to Caruso. Blocked by Fernando, though. Here comes Toronto. Boucher in the lane, turnaround jumper short, rebound Hartenstein. 92-63, minute 15, third quarter. Shea's got 27 and the ball. Pull up 3 short, rebound Barrett. RJ, tough night, 1 of 10, 6 points. Gets it to Boucher, down low. Chris can't make the layup. Knocked out of bounds. OKC ball. Chris says to RJ, didn't make the layup, but thank you for the look. It's a good look. Front court, Caruso. 50 seconds, third quarter. And Jalen Williams drives. They got the foul on Jacoby Walter. .46.3 third quarter. 92-63. Is OKC going to win the NBA Cup?
Trying to put me on the spot?
Who you got? I think it's going to be Milwaukee and OKC in the final.
And you know what? Right now, OKC is playing the best basketball in the league right now. I think if I was a betting man, I'm rolling OKC.
Yeah. You know what? I think Houston's playing well. They're in it, but I got to go with these guys. Mitchell dances on the dribble, gets to the hoop, into the corner. Boucher, 3, no good. Rebound Hartenstein. 25 seconds. Third quarter. SGA steps back, 3 in the air, no good, but fouled by Davion Mitchell. And he'll get 3 shots. It's a nice return back to Canada and close to home for SGA. He's got 27 and looking to tack on more. First free throw, good. Well, the Raptors' 3-game or 2-game win streak in serious jeopardy right now. SGA knocks down free throws. Give him a 30-piece. 97-63. Raptors turn it over. OKC on the hunt for more. Jalen Williams lays it in. Raptors trying to come back. Boucher dunks it down at the other end. 99-65. Jalen Williams pull up. His three no good. But OKC in command as we go to the last lap of the track. Fourth quarter when we come back, 99-65 Thunder. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Oklahoma City, but not with 1, 2, but 3 quarters of 30 or more. And Javon, you know coaches hate to give up a 30-point quarter. Well, Raptors have given up 3 of them. And the Raptors have yet to score more than 25 in a quarter. Hence the lead at 99-65 for the Thunder as we get ready for the last lap of the track. OKC out jogging right now in this race as we get to the last lap, and tell you that the fourth quarter is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Barnes to Grady. Down low, Bruno Fernando. Nice move in the lane by Bruno. A little, Hakeem would have been proud of that one. Little shoulder shake.
And he gets Hartenstein right off him.
Little dream shake going on. 99-67. Dort kick out. Caruso 3, no good. Rebound Barnes. Outlet Barrett. Toronto pushing. Barrett drive. And he's fouled by Dort as he got downhill. Javon, you know what it's like, and so do I, and I think Warren can relate. You got a guy who's a friend, you're a buddy, but there's that organic internal competition. Don't tell me RJ didn't have a practice flashback coming up the sideline there with Lou Dort leaning on his hip. He's ready to call foul himself because in practice the coaches aren't calling it. Right?
You know exactly who you're going up against.
RJ into the lane, floats it up and in. Meanwhile, he's calling foul in practice, and Lou's saying, no, that's no foul.
I can already hear them going back and forth. You can hear RJ, quit fouling, quit fouling.
Far side, Caruso.
You a hack. You a hack.
Up top. Mitchell into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Fernando. Here comes Toronto. Front court, Barnes to Barrett. 3 in the air, got it, the bottom of the well. It may not be going well, but RJ is never going to stop trying to make it go well.
Not going to stop playing, right? So, didn't have a great shooting night. Well, you have 10 minutes and 35 seconds to get yourself going and look forward to the next one, right? Just see that basketball go through the hoop.
Davion Mitchell, the foul on A.J. Mitchell. as he tries to get over top. 99-72. Somebody behind me yelling, come on, Ref, the Raptors are down by 100 points. It's not actually 100, it's only 27. It's only a quarter of 100.
I heard it, but he's still sitting here. He's not leaving.
He paid his money, and you never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to see, so. Caruso inbound to A.J. Mitchell. Takes it up top, turns into the lane, lobs it up to Hartenstein. All kinds of hands up at the rim. Ball knocked away. Toronto has it. Mitchell, outlet, Barrett on the run, jams it down. Timeout, Mark Dagnall.
I like that
RJ
break.
with 7 straight puts a charge into this Scotiabank Arena crowd.
I love that break, right? A lob and a great defense by Fernando under the rim, right? The basketball didn't touch the floor as he advanced it up for RJ's dunk.
All right. Maybe something cooking for Toronto. 10-17 fourth quarter. Let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five.
What's up, basketball fans? Thank you for hanging out with us during the Raptors matchup tonight. Now's the time. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, hanging out with us, cheering on We the North, or cheering on whoever we're playing tonight, or just a basketball fan in general. So let's see those flag emojis in the chat. City and state, city and province. Let's see how far out our reach is here on TSI, hanging out together, watching the Raptors. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like button and sharing this link out. And we'll see you guys back in the chat. Come on, Raptors. Let's get the W tonight.
I'm proud of my promotion.
Needs more shoes.
I earned it.
And business suits.
It is a big deal for our family.
Renovators.
I like the people I'll be working with.
Restaurants.
I still need a lot before I get started.
Car lease, hair salon, and luggage.
I know our kids are so proud of me.
Jewelry engraver.
It was my idea to put our company on the radio.
Promotion deserved. Be where anyone who needs you can meet you. Be on the radio. Your customers are already here.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
10-17 fourth quarter. Giants of Africa night. And right now the Giants are from Oklahoma City as they lead 99-74. Raptors trailed by as many as... Where was my math? I'm looking at the monitor. It says the biggest lead was 36.
36, yeah.
Well, they've cut it down to 27 and hoping to do some more damage. OKC is going to bring it front court. Caruso out there with Mitchell, Hartenstein, Cason Wallace, and the Montreal native Luguentz Dor. Deep three in the air by Wallace, no good. Rebound, Scotty Barnes saves it, but it goes right to OKC. They say never save it under your own hoop, Javon, but sometimes instinct just takes over.
Kicks in.
Barrett up top. 101-74, OKC. Grady, good look at a three straight away, no good. Rebound tipped away. Raptors run it down. Mitchell to Barrett. His three in the air, no good. Rebound Caruso. Here comes OKC, front court. Dort, fall away jumper, got it. 103-74, the lead back up to 29. As Barrett drives and is fouled. Foul will go on A.J. Mitchell. And that will be free throws for R.J. Barrett. RJ's the guy right now where somebody on the other team saying to him, don't you know you're down by 25? He's like, well, yeah, I'm trying to be down by 23. Like, two go down for RJ. 103-76. Raptors chop the lead a little bit. Hartenstein up top. Dort, three, no good. Rebound, Fernando. Front court, here comes Scotty Barnes. On the dribble, weaves, kicks it out to Grady. Grady gets into the hoop, floats it up, no good, but fouled as he took one square in the chest from Isaiah Hartenstein.
Playing on the move, Scotty penetrating and filling, relocating, and then on the catch, just knowing that teams are closing out to him, getting on the three-point line and keeps that dribble alive, comes across the body of the defense and gets into the paint.
Grady, free throw good, got it up on the front rim softly and got it down. 103-77. So let's evaluate OKC a little bit here. Grady misses the second one. What do you think they would need to shore up on, Javon, if they're going to make a run at a title?
Well, I think they're going to have more, and it's not that they need any more. It is when you get to postseason play, the defenses are going to get a little tighter, right? The game plans are going to get a little, much tighter. And teams are really going to make a conscious effort to get SGA out of the game, right? And who steps up? Obviously, Jalen Williams is one of those guys that you look to, but can he score the basketball at a level that you need if Shea is having an off night?
Dort with the bucket, 105-77. 28-point lead for OKC. Barnes drives into the lane, floats it up and in. Nice move by Scotty.
And, more to your question, Jonesy, health is going to be a big thing for them, for their bigs. Hartenstein and Chet, right? If those guys have to stay healthy because OKC can't play five guards in postseason and have success.
Well, they're hoping to have Chet Holmgren back. Lou Dort, three, no good. Rebound Barnes. Long outlet Barrett. RJ on the run. Lays it up and in. Timeout Mark Daigneault. 105-81. RJ still punching, coming alive. 11 points in this fourth quarter and the meter's still running. Let's take a break. 105-81. OKC by 24. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050, Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, you're
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one that's hanging out with us, listening to the Raptors game tonight. We appreciate you being here, but why the heck haven't you hit that subscribe button yet? Come on, you're hanging out with the best Toronto sports fans on YouTube, and we're trying to get that plaque and go get 100K. We're at around 62. Let's build something special here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game, every single Leafs game, every single Blue Jays game in the summertime, Argos as well as every single playoff game in sports, if possible. Maybe. I'm trying my best. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you for joining our awesome community, and we'll be right back in the action. Let's go Raptors.
Subscribe now for every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon. NFL Red Zone, available on TSN+.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 11th, save over 45% on pork side ribs for $2 a pound. And get family-size boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $4.77 a pound. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog. Every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
7:35. Approaching the top of the stretch. But Oklahoma City has already stretched it out, leading Toronto by 24. Raptors plotting, scheming, seeing what they can do to draw themselves a little bit closer. Barnes, Mobo, Mitchell, Barrett, and Jacoby Walter on the floor for Toronto. Front court, Kenrich Williams, 3 up top, got it. OKC just brings shooter after shooter, skill after skill.
And they create good
off
shots
the bench
for all the players.
3 ball by Williams makes it 108-81. Barnes to Mobo, back to Barnes, far side. Right wing, Scotty, pull up jumper short. Rebound Jacoby Walter, out to Barrett. Shot clock running down, RJ's 3, no good. Rebound Hartenstein. 14 rebounds by Hartenstein. Williams kicks it out. Aaron Wiggins, 3, no good. Hartenstein rebound. Gets it up top. Cason Wallace, 3, no good. Rebound tipped away. OKC runs it down yet again. Hartenstein going to try a 3 up top, no good. Rebound Jacoby Walter. RJ underneath trying to find Barrett, or trying to find Barnes. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. Raptors will inbound, far side, right wing. RJ going to check out. And Barnes will check out. Scotty with a tough night too. 5 of 13, 12 points. Did have 12 rebounds and 8 assists, but OKC had something to say tonight. Raptors turn it over. The runner in the lane, no good. Rebound knocked out. Aaron Wiggins in the corner. Jab, 3, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Walter. Mobo into the corner to Shed. Top of the stretch, 5:50 to go. 108-81 OKC. Jacoby Walter, nice move. Got A.J. Mitchell leaning and then drove him, took the foul. Far side of the lane, right wing, and he'll go to the line for 2. Crowd came looking for a fight tonight, and OKC threw water on the fire very early.
Wire to wire.
Yeah.
It's one of those games.
Toronto got the first bucket, and that was it. Walter's free throw is good. 108-83. Comes A.J. Mitchell into the lane, spin, kick it out. Braden Carlson into the game. One-time Raptor. Drive up and in by Aaron Wiggins. Shed near side to Walter up top. Now to Mobo on the elbow far side. Pivots, faces the basket. Kicks it to Shed near side. Shot clock at 8. Shed steps back for 3, rattles, doesn't go. Couldn't look, couldn't get it down. Aaron Wiggins, 3 near side. Got it again. Man, OKC just shooting the heck out of it right now.
15 of 42. But you know what it is, Jonesy? At least a dozen of those 15 have been wide open shots.
created wide open shots and got good looks and, as you said, really taking advantage of them. So if you're Toronto, you button up in practice and get ready for the Dallas Mavericks. Coming in with another star and a great ISO player in Luka on Saturday night. Carlson 3, no good. Rebound, kick out. A.J. Mitchell into the lane. Lefty floats it up and in. Nice move by the youngster out of Santa Barbara. Mobo drives in the lane, kicks it to Boucher in the corner near side. Chris not quite shot ready, kicks it up top to Shed. Into the corner, Mobo drives, loses the ball, turn it over, give it to OKC. Three and a half to go. Mitchell drives, lays it in again. He's getting to that left hand and doing some damage.
Well, they're all getting down into the paint and doing damage. 50 points for OKC in the paint.
A rare time where Toronto's outscored in the paint, and dare I say the presence of Jakob Poeltl missed tonight. Boucher's cross-court pass intercepted. Kenrich Williams to the hoop, lay it up, no good, but gets his rebound.
Padding the stats, gets a steal.
Back up and in,
gets a shot attempt, gets an offensive rebound, and gets a bucket.
Put one in every column in that play. Boucher kick it out. Shed into the corner. Mobo catch and shoot 3, got it. The bottom of the well for Jonathan Mobo. That's a shot I'd like to see him develop and knock down with more regularity. Jamison Battle takes the foul out top. So Battle sits down and Garrett Temple, the veteran, will step into the contest for Toronto. Wiggins near side. Right wing, steps back over Temple, no good. Rebound, Mobo. Hustles it front court. Into the lane, nice misdirection, and floats it up and in. Nice move by Mobo. Front court, here comes OKC. They lead 119-88. Some of the crowd starting to filter out here as we get deep into the stretch, and again, A.J. Mitchell to that left hand and lays it in. In case you're not sure, he's left-handed.
As my son would say, easy breezy.
Walter, far corner, into the lane. Follow-away jumper, got the roll. Jacoby Walter. He's got 6 on the night. Aaron Wiggins, stutter dribble far side, gets to the hoop. To Mitchell in the lane, lays it up and in. 1:40 to go in the ball game. Garrett Temple drives, flips it up, no good. Let's see what Toronto can do in the final couple minutes, and doesn't matter. Another triple goes down. OKC up by 36. I'm taking note now. Garrett Temple down the baseline to Shed. Up top, Mobo to Shed. 3-ball near side. Rattles, doesn't go. Rebound Carlson. Front court. Here comes OKC. It's going to be an easy win for the Thunder. Kenrich Williams, another 3. 129-90. The lead is 39 for OKC. Coming in and stamping it, saying we are a contender for the NBA title this year. And if you weren't sure, you weren't paying attention tonight. Mobo is fouled, so he'll get a couple of free throws, but OKC putting it on Toronto in a big way tonight.
Go ahead.
129-92. As OKC brings it front court. So what do you take from this game, Javon, if you are Darko and you are Toronto? You're going to look at the video tomorrow, no question.
Well, you look at the video. I don't know if the video is going to tell you as much as you learned tonight that there's another level. Yes, you've been playing some good basketball as of late, but when you get into the elite teams of the NBA and they all play a different brand, right, you've got to be prepared and you've got to be able to adjust on the fly. And OKC came in here and they swung first, they jabbed first, and they did it for 4 quarters. And just from their defensive intensity, the Raptors weren't ready. And yeah, you can pick apart the film, but in terms of intensity, that's something that you've got to just be prepared for from the get-go.
So it's a final. OKC 129, Toronto 92. The Thunder come to Toronto and make it a happy homecoming of sorts for Shea and Lou Dort as they get the win and move to 17-5 on the season. The Raptors' modest 2-game home winning streak halted as they drop to 7-16. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward up next with the postgame. For all of us here on the floor, we say good night. Oklahoma City wins it 129-92. You've been listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Your holiday bonus awaits. Visit your local Subaru dealer for details.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Raptors game night, the postgame show, 129-92. OKC over the Raptors, dominant really from the opening tip. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward with you. Javon Shepard kind enough to hang around. And Javon, obviously not there from the start. Darko shuffled the deck. It did not work. It was a frustrating night, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely a frustrating night, but I think a night that you learn from as well, in that they stumbled upon a team that's the big boss, the big dogs in the league right now in OKC, and how they play defense. And I thought it was just so impressive, not just the numbers, not the 19 turnovers that they forced the Raptors into for 28 points, but how fast they collapse the paint, how fast they rotate. As the basketball moves, they're right on the offense, right? That ball skips, they're rotating, they're out. Their attention to detail on the defensive end is so impressive, and then you add the layer of intensity. So I think for the Raptors, you learn, right? And you got popped in your mouth right from the get-go, right from the first minute, the first second of this game. So it was one of those moments where you're like, whoa, okay, we've been playing some good basketball, but we've got to get better right away. And it's not one of those where you go and you watch the film and a couple mistakes here or there, a couple basketballs rolled the other way and you could have came out with a victory. This is one where you got wire to wire, you just got beat and flat out from the intensity of OKC.
Everything Toronto does well, OKC does better. And that's where this game was lost. I mean, they had 31 points in transition. They beat Toronto in the fast break game, and Toronto's number one in the NBA at that. They had 56 points in the paint, and they only gave up 40. So, those two numbers alone kind of speak volumes of where this game was. You want to talk about learning from this one. Nothing to learn. You got punched in the face, then you got punched in the gut, and then you got knocked out. And you got to get up, and you got to go back, and you got to fight in the next game. And that's really all there is to this one. OKC is a much better team. They're miles ahead, and like Javon just talked about, the defensive intensity in which they play with and their ability to recover. It feels as though there's 5 players with 10 hands out there. It looked like at some points there was 20 different hands out there. Everything Toronto tried to do, they got stripped. And I got to give a lot of credit in terms of OKC's their ability to be physical and the physicality in which they play with. They're a hard team to even drive by. So when they go with that new style of like micro ball, as it's called, where Shea is essentially the tallest player on the floor, they can do that because they're strong. They definitely know how to help, and when someone gets beat, they have the ability and unique ability to recover. Because you're going to get beat in this game, but it's how well can you recover. And OKC does a phenomenal job of that, and Toronto just doesn't have the strength, and they definitely didn't have the composure to keep the basketball and to go to the rim in straight line drives. Instead, they're doing banana cuts, and that is just not going to work. They couldn't even get a backdoor cut because there's just so many hands and deflections in the way. If we charted deflections, it would be more turnovers for Toronto. So, this game was over in the first quarter. OKC, they averaged 30 points in the first. They had 34. And Toronto only had 17. So this one was done a long time ago. Toronto needs to get up off the ground. They need to go in the corner to their trainer, get the Vaseline, get the towel, and then
go in the quiet room.
Go in the quiet room and get ready for the next one.
Javon, let's talk about that micro ball. I mean, obviously, you tend to think that having the big is the most important thing in the NBA, but this team can do it without that. How effective can this be in the playoffs?
I think having the biggest will is important. And you know what? Jonesy asked me a similar question during the broadcast, and I think, this team playing small ball can win in the regular season. Now, I think health has to be on their side once you get to spring in the postseason with Hartenstein, with Chet, because those guys give another element, right? You want this team to be able to rebound the basketball. And opposing teams, and we've seen them have struggles with a team like the Lakers before, where they've gone in and just pretty much bully balled them and, gone down low post game and beat them from that aspect of the game. And I think for OKC, if they have that, and it hurt them last year as well, playing the small ball, but if they have that element there where you have, Chet that can play and defend, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, it gives you some rim protection, rebounds, can shoot the basketball, can push the length of the floor, be creative, and then you have Hartenstein, who's going to be, an enforcer down low as well, and clean up for those guys' mistakes on the back end, because as you can see, the guards, other 4 players on the floor for OKC, they play aggressive basketball on the perimeter. They're strong, they're gritty, they're irritants. They get into passing lanes, they get deflections, But when you get into playoff basketball, it's a completely different level of attention to detail from your opponents. And I think that's where, for OKC, they are going to need bigs. And they're playing really good basketball right now. They're probably playing the best basketball, in my opinion, in the league because they've also improved from last year. You look at last year's powerhouse teams, and a lot of those teams are struggling, still trying to figure out their identity. And you're thinking, okay, was last year a fool's goal? And the question for OKC coming into this year was, can they repeat it again? Can Shea repeat the type of year that he had last year? And we're seeing not only that, but they're picking up and they're taking steps forward.
Warren, so could the Raptors ever play like this?
Shoot, I hope so. It'd be fun to watch if they could.
Yeah.
I mean, well, absolutely. I mean, I'd be a fan of it if they could play like that. But, I mean, it starts with, the defensive intensity. And I don't think Toronto is at that point where they can cause this much havoc. And it's like the Raptors just looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything. I remember one play specifically where Caruso just denied RJ the ball, and it ruined the entire set. Right? Toronto was out of it, and they got a shot that they didn't really want. So until they're able to do that and know personnel, know every team's plays, and be able to take them out of it by just being more physical, and not only that, when someone is denying, that means you're giving up the backside, and someone has to be there to go ahead and step up and help. And whenever OKC does that, they have players to support, and the help is not it's not perfect, but it's not that late, right? They barely have defensive breakdowns where you could just get a layup at the rim. Even the ones that they got were contested. So can Toronto play like that? I would have to say yes, but they're a long way from doing that because they haven't been able to do it for 4 quarters. And this OKC team right now, that's their strength, is that that end of the floor. They're giving up 104 points a game, and after tonight their average is going to go down. So that is a league best for a reason. This team is hard to score against.
Yeah. So Javon, I guess the ultimate question would be, what is the gap between where the Raptors are and where OKC is?
That's an interesting question, right? And I think that takes time, right? And we still have to see, how fast are the Raptors going to develop? How fast are they going to be able to bring it together? And for OKC, and Coach Mark Daigneault spoke about it before, a couple years ago when they were just winning 20 games, nobody, was giving them as much attention. There wasn't as much noise. And now, right, they've kind of boxed themselves in and just have the 4 walls in their team. And yes, things seep in, but they're trying to eliminate some of those distractions. Where they've been able to be good is the guys have still been able to perform through all that. Now for the Raptors, I think there's 2 hurdles ahead, right? You still got a couple pieces from the front office's standpoint to make. You're still evaluating to a certain extent, and health, right? Like when you still haven't seen what this full team looks like. Every time we get one person back, another is out. Pirtle's out tonight. We get back Grady Dick. Scotty Barnes comes back, 8 games ago. The team starts to play well have some chemistry between him and RJ, but Grady's out, and now Pirtle's out, and still to get to see, and I forgot to mention Emmanuel Quickly still out. So we haven't got to see what the full group looks like yet, and what their ceiling is, what that capacity is. So you give this team credit for how they're competing right now. Now, hopefully close to the midpoint of the season or later part of the season, you get to see what they look like, and then you get another year with them. And then, okay, the team starts to have success, and what does that do to your group? Because right now, we've praised this group for the chemistry that they've had, an off-season together where they've been to Europe, they were in Miami working out, and everybody enjoys being around one another. Now, what happens when you start to have success and you start to win is everybody's still humble, everybody's still locked in, to the same group. And then you also have to think about when contracts come into play, right? Are we still that same selfless group? So there's a number of factors that we have to see unfold and tick off in that checklist before you start to evaluate, okay, can this team play like, the OKC Thunder? Do they have the potential? Absolutely. They actually have the potential to have that defensive identity and be bigger. So, the footing is there and the foundation is there, but there's so many variables that you have to figure out before you can actually ask that question or get an answer to that question, rather.
Yeah, and Warren, to never have a full lineup, that's a hard way to build something, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's like trying to build a foundation on sand, right?
Yeah, not enough bricks. Sorry,
not enough bricks in there, buddy, for sure. It's tough to do so, and health is obviously a big concern. And as Javon said, it's the same thing for OKC. If they can remain healthy, they'll be good. But until Toronto is able to be healthy, until they're able to, string that all together, it'll definitely be an uphill battle. But potential-wise is there for sure. And if you don't have a full team, you have a way out. I don't want to say you have an excuse because they're not 100% healthy. It's not an excuse. That's just the reality of the situation. But they have to take care of what they can take care of and control what they can. And in games like this, you throw in the towel, like I said, and you move on to the next one as fast as possible.
Rinse and repeat.
There you go.
Javon, so I'm going to throw this at you. One of the positives for the Raptors is they have 4 first-year players that are contributing in their own way on this team. 3 drafted in a draft that wasn't very good, but they found 3. And Battle, who was undrafted, and they signed him and they're developing him. There are teams that tank on a yearly basis and can't get it together. OKC has gone through that and are getting it together. And the Raptors, with those 4 players alone, are a step ahead of everybody else. That's got to be like an important thing. We don't know how long these guys are here or where they go on a long-term projection. But to come out of a soft draft with 4 players contributing, that's got to be huge.
And here's the thing. When I've talked to scouts, they've always said if you can go into a draft, any draft, and come up with rotational players, you've done a good job drafting, right? And I think where the Raptors are and just seeing that they have these young guys that are playing minutes, right, and probably higher on the depth chart right now based on the injuries and also just guys starting to play well higher up, it's a great situation, not just for the players, but also for the organization. Their evaluations, right? They've made it tougher, right? They're putting some pressure on the organization. But also, you found some guys in a weak draft, right? You found some guys that nobody knew. Nobody would have thought was going to come out here and compete and at the level that they have, and not just compete, but have a level of confidence, right? So for me, I think even for those guys, like you are out there, you've been thrown right into the fire, and you've responded right away. So that says a lot. When you look at drafts, right, there's lots of guys that are lotteries, lots of guys that are drafted high that it takes them 2, 3, 4 years before they actually have an impact and influence, with the respective teams. Now, it hasn't translated to wins for the Raptors yet with these young guys, but for those guys, they're getting minutes, and you think for their development, for their maturity, it expedites the process. They're way, way further ahead than they should have been or would have been in any other situation.
Well, and I would add the development of Grady Dick in a year's time. That's huge, too. And Warren, here's the trick for the way some of these guys played tonight, or maybe they didn't have gas in the tank. They played today for the 905 Raptors. I mean, I don't know any other sport at this level where you would play somewhere during the day and then come to the big league at night and play. That's a one-off.
Yeah, tall task. I mean, that's not easy, but these guys are pros, and not to mention some of them played on Tuesday as well. So they played Tuesday, then played this morning, and then played again, and they have another game tomorrow. So it's a full schedule, and another one on Sunday. So a full schedule.
I'm tired already.
Yeah, absolutely full schedule, but that is the job, and I think they competed to the best of their ability in this one. And unfortunately, sometimes, as much as we all try to strive and be the best at whatever craft you're in, you also have to pay respect to people that are just better than you.
Well,
and this is one of those situations. Whether they played early on in the day or not, I don't think it would have changed the outcome whatsoever. OKC at this point in time is just better.
Do not ignore the elephant in the room.
It is what it is, man. It's just better. So, and Javon will tell you, but sometimes you play against someone, you're not going to win.
They got your number. They just got your number.
Exactly. No, they got your number. They're just better at the moment, better at the time. And in this situation, that is the reality. And you got to accept that sometimes and say, okay, next time we meet, things will be different. We're going to get better from this. But today, they are a better team. It don't matter if they played at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7:30. This would have been the same outcome.
Okay. I want to ask the both of you about the three-point shooting. Tonight, 11 of 45, and the OKC was 17 of 47. In this particular game, I mean, that's what it sort of got relegated to because they couldn't get inside. That's the defense of OKC. But how much of a problem, Javon, is the outside shooting?
Well, it depends. It's game-to-game situation, right? I thought, tonight there was times where the Raptors settled a bit too much at the three-point line. But there was also times where they got into the paint and OKC just really collapsed paint. They didn't get anything down there. So it was a mix of both in this game. Now, is it a problem when you're not knocking down shots? Yeah, because it collapses, the floor. There's not enough spacing on the floor. But we've also seen when the team has shot the basketball well. And I think the potential is there. I think, when they are knocking down shots, and a number of guys, we've seen Battle come in and, he become a lights-out guy. We've seen Abaji become a knockdown guy from the corner. We know Grady Dick is capable of shooting the basketball. So I think a part of it is shooting is contagious, and guys got to be intentional when they're going into games like this where you're playing a pesky, irritant guards, and you're playing a team that is going to try and really get into you. You have to do a better job cutting. You have to do a better job moving the basketball. You have to be far more intentional with your offensive sets. And that you really didn't see that from the Raptors tonight. I thought, Scottie Barnes and Jonesy mentioned it on the broadcast as well. There was times where he just settled from the three-point line. He shot 2 for 7, but he's 6'8", right? And OKC played small ball for a good portion of the night. There's opportunities where he could have gotten to the mid-post or gotten into the block, and then you force them to adjust to you, adapt to you. And whether that's a play call from the sideline or whether that's guys recognizing that on the floor, right, finding your mismatches. RJ had a tough night as well early for the first 3 quarters, trying to penetrate and get into the lane against smaller guards, but they're strong, right, and they're standing you up. Lou Dort, he's going to stand you up when you get into the paint, and they did a good job with their scouting report. But again, another guy, you get into him in some situations where you force OKC to throw 2 defenders or force them to shrink the floor, and now you move the basketball a bit more and you're getting cleaner looks, which at this level guys are going to be capable of knocking them down and getting rhythm for themselves. So, it's a mix of everything. There's a couple different ingredients, a couple different formulas that you could throw out there. And, shooting in today's game is a big thing, but it's getting quality ones. It's most important.
So I'm going to paraphrase, Warren, what you said earlier. Because of how OKC played defensively and the Raptors could not play their game, it unravels what you're doing. And so that's probably why you revert to trying an easy 3 as opposed to driving in. Does that make sense?
It's not even easy threes. They took contested threes because OKC is in their grill. They couldn't get 2 feet in the paint, and their offense is predicated on getting to the rim. So OKC took a page out of their book. I mean, the Raptors have been very good at getting in the paint and scoring a lot of points in the paint, and it actually covers up the fact that they don't shoot the ball that well most nights. But they get up 45 attempts, but it's the quality of those looks. How open were they? How in rhythm were they? Did the shooters have time to gather and look at the rim and set? No, they were rushed. They were sometimes off the dribble. All those different things affected the quality in which the Toronto Raptors were able to get a look at the rim. And OKC again was, that this team's in the weight room. I know that for a fact because they were bullying today. Yeah. And, Toronto wasn't able to knock down shots. And if you can't get to the rim and you can't knock down shots, you're most likely going to lose.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm going to ask the both of you about SGA. So he finished with 30 points tonight, 1 of 10 from the outside. How is he able to be so dominant where the three-point shooting is so important? And what can Scotty learn from that?
That man can get anywhere he wants on the floor. And we were talking about it earlier. His change of speed and getting to where he wants. He can do it flat-footed, just right hand, left hand, get from point A to point B at will. I think that I haven't seen anybody do it the way he does, right? Usually it's guys that are faster, that are baseline to baseline with the basketball. Okay, they change speed, they decelerate, and they, change direction on you. But he can do it from a walking, position where he's just sauntering up the court and then boom, he's gone, right? And he does such a good job. And this year, he's added, I shouldn't say he's added the 3 ball because he's gotten better over his years. His percentages are down from the 3, but he's shooting a lot more. You can see tonight he shot, 10 of them from the 3-point line, only 1 for 10, but 6 per game from the 3-point line. What it does, it forces the defenses to play you a bit more honest. As soon as you get over half, if they know you're capable and willing to shoot it, a guy that can score the basketball the way he does, then you have to get up on him, right? You have to focus on him a bit more. And then he's having a career year passing the basketball, and that's a big part. Those two go hand in hand. There's a domino effect. He can get anywhere he wants. He gets into the paint, gets to that left hand, jumpers off of the right hand. But if he's taking those threes, he's forcing you to get out there. And what happens then? The passing lanes open up, the driving lanes open up because the defense have to respect him a bit more.
Yeah, so Warren, I mean, true greatness, SGA is, this isn't working tonight, so I'll do this.
Oh, man.
And 30 points later, it's a cruise control victory.
And you know what's funny? It looked to me like he was struggling. Like he couldn't knock down a shot.
You are right.
I look at this. I look at the box score up here. It's like 12 points, 22. I'm like, how? It don't even. And it doesn't look like he's trying much, but Javon's right. Like, his change of speed is elite. His handle and his ability to get players off balance. Not the quickest player I've ever seen, but he's definitely someone who gets you off balance, and you don't know what he's going to do. And because he's so unpredictable, it makes him really, really tough to guard. And you're seeing that. And the true sign for me of a great scorer is his ability to stay calm. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Davion Mitchell's trying to fluster him, trying to be physical. He can take the bump, but he doesn't get into those types of games. And he's someone that just has that natural poise, and he's always looking for a way to exploit you defensively, and he does. Whether he's in a ball screen, he can find a pass. He can score for himself. So, I mean, he's one of those players that really tough to guard. And I'm not surprised that he scored 30. I just was like, when? That's what I said. I said when. I didn't even. I looked up and I see 30. I said, oh, okay. Well, hey, he had a good. Because every time he shot from 3, I'm like, he's missing, and then he just gifted, man.
We just gotta thank God we don't have to guard him.
I was literally about to say that. I said that's why I'm up here. I'm so lucky. Both of us don't gotta be out there and guard him.
I'm cool. I am cool.
Let's end on this. Grady Dick, so he made his return tonight. How did he look? We'll go through each of you. Javon, how did he look to you, and how important is he to the Raptors' future?
Well, looking at his numbers, he did all right. He's had some weeks off, some games off, and 15 points for him. Shot the basketball well, 4 for 8 from 3. So it's good to see that he didn't lose much rhythm, or it doesn't take him much time to get back going. But then 15-point shot it well, but I don't know if I felt his presence during this game. And, the only one rebound for him at his size in a game like this, you also want him to have impact elsewhere, rebounding the basketball, steal here or there, deflection, something. So, in terms of him coming back, fine, right? Got back in rhythm. Not much rust there shooting the basketball. But we've all seen him have a big presence. We've seen him crash offensive boards, keep basketballs alive. I don't know if that was there tonight. It will come. In terms of his importance to this team's future, I think it speaks for itself, right? If we had said Grady Dick would have been playing the type of basketball he's playing right now, just that second year into this league and coming off of the year he had last year, we would all be lying, right? He struggled last year, but that learning curve, you can see he's come in and he's adjusted to the speed of the game. He starts to get a bit stronger, but he's showing you all facets, and he's definitely going to be not just a rotational player in the league, but an impact player.
Javon, thanks very much. Appreciate you hanging around.
Thank you.
Warren, your thoughts on Grady Dick?
Tonight or in general?
Yeah, well, long term.
Well, I'll start with tonight. I think he needs to be stronger with the basketball. I think he needs to do a better job getting into the driving lanes. And when they play against a weaker opponent who doesn't pressure the ball like OKC, he'll look a lot better than he is. But tonight, I think they were shown the reality of the different levels, right?
Yeah.
As our good producer up here would say, there's levels to this. So, he saw the levels in which he's at, but there's room for improvement. I think overall, he has taken giant steps from where he was last year to where he is now. I think his work ethic is phenomenal and I can say that confidently without watching him, because you don't go from where he was to where he is without having the work that you're doing work for you. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. I think everyone generally works pretty hard, but does your work for you? Are you seeing the results that you want from the jump shots, right? From the weight room, are you seeing the right results? Is this team seeing the right results all the time? Absolutely not. But Grady, as an individual, he's taking steps forward, and those steps are, they're going to pay off. They're going to pay off down the line.
And it's not just the physical work; it's the mental work.
It's the mental work, yes, and his ability to create space without the basketball. He spaces the floor very, very well. He cuts to the rim very, 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 very well. But in a game like today, where you're not able to cut because you're getting bumped, that is the difference. That's the next step where it's like, okay, well, how do I swim around this defender. Where how is he not going to impose my driving lane? What am I going to do? What angle am I going to switch up? Like which foot am I going to attack on a cut or a drive so that I now have position and it makes it easier pass for my teammate, because there was a lot of those pocket pass turnovers that the Raptors normally get.
Well, when you're playing against a team like this game tonight would break you down. I would break down the system down, and then the individual would break down
100%. I mean, they can watch the film all they want to. There's so many mistakes. They'll pause it every single possession. So it's no, they got exposed. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
And they now have to realize the level in which they want to aspire to. Right. That's one, and the level where they are, and that's two.
Right. We'll step out. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Darko. This is Raptors Game Night, the postgame show, live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
Did you wake up to this?
This was always going to be the challenge for Craig Berube, was to come in and to create a different identity, create a different mentality for this group. There's been evidence with this group that things are changing with what type of identity they want to create. But they're not going to be a group that comes in and people push around. They're sick of doing that. But the ultimate judge of that identity and that mentality is going to come when playoffs start. That's ultimately going to be the test if this group has really changed and if they've bought into being tougher mentally, tougher physically, tougher emotionally. We'll find out, but up until now, you like what you see so far.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson.